Welcome to B7, where we count down the 15 scariest videos and shocking ghost sightings caught on camera that will chill you to the core. From creepy shadow figures lurking in the darkness to unexplained phenomena that defy all logic, we've scoured the internet to bring you the most bone-chilling footage ever recorded. Prepare yourself for a journey into the unknown, where every shadow could conceal a terrifying secret and every creak in the night could signal something sinister. Keep your eyes glued to the screen because these videos are not for the faint of heart. Are you ready to face your fears? Then turn down the lights, grab a blanket and brace yourself for 15 scary videos that will leave you sleeping with the lights on. Imagine this. It's the dead of night, you're home alone, trying to get some sleep when you hear a strange noise outside your window. You brush it off as the wind, but then you see it, a shadowy figure darting across the edge of your vision. You try to convince yourself it's just your imagination, but then you check your security camera footage. There, clear as day, is a dark, undefined shape moving through your backyard. It's too large to be an animal, and it moves with an eerie purpose that sends chills down your spine. What is this shadowy entity, and what does it want? Some might dismiss it as a trick of the light or a figment of our imagination, but the sheer inexplicability of its movements leaves us with an unsettling feeling that something isn't quite right. Is this proof of a paranormal presence lurking just beyond our perception? Or is there a more rational explanation for this creepy shadow figure? Dolls. They're meant to be symbols of innocence and childhood joy. But what happens when these inanimate objects take on a life of their own? In this unsettling video, a family sets up a camera in their child's bedroom after noticing strange occurrences. At first glance, the room appears still and quiet, but then the doll, perched on the shelf, begins to move. Its head turns slowly, almost as if it's scanning the room, its lifeless eyes seemingly watching, observing. The parents are baffled. There's no logical explanation for the doll's sudden movement. No strings, no drafts, no outside interference. It's as if some unseen force is animating the doll, imbuing it with a malevolent life of its own. This chilling footage raises questions about the thin veil that separates our world from the supernatural. Is this haunted doll a conduit for something sinister, or is there a more rational explanation that can explain this creepy phenomenon? Urban explorers, armed with cameras and a thirst for the unknown, venture into an old, abandoned house, its decaying walls holding secrets of a forgotten past. As they navigate the dusty corridors and crumbling rooms, they capture something truly unsettling on camera. A translucent figure, barely perceptible in the dim light, drifts across the hallway. Its form is vaguely human, yet it seems to shimmer and fade, as if it's not entirely tethered to this world. The explorers are stunned. They've heard the stories, the whispers of the house being haunted. But now, they're face to face with something that defies explanation. Is this the spectral residue of a previous resident, their spirit unable to find peace? Or is it simply a trick of the light playing on our minds? The footage remains a chilling testament to the possibility that we are not alone, that there are forces beyond our understanding lurking in the shadows of our world. Chapter 4, Poltergeist Activity in Kitchen. Imagine sitting down for a family meal, the aroma of food filling the air, when suddenly chaos erupts. A glass inexplicably shatters on the floor, drawers slam shut with a violent force, objects fly across the room as if propelled by an unseen hand. This is the terrifying reality for one family who found themselves plagued by poltergeist activity in their own kitchen. Security cameras captured the bone-chilling events as they unfolded, leaving no doubt that something truly unexplainable was happening. Pots and pans clatter to the ground, seemingly of their own accord. Cabinet doors swing open and slam shut with a force that defies logic. The air crackles with an unseen energy, a palpable sense of dread filling the room. Is this the work of a mischievous spirit, toying with the family, or is there a more sinister force at play? The footage remains a chilling reminder that even in the supposed safety of our own homes, we are not immune to the unexplained. Chapter 5. Mysterious Figure in the Woods. The woods at night, a place of shadows and whispers, where the line between reality and nightmare blurs. A group of friends, armed with flashlights and a sense of adventure, venture into the darkness, their laughter echoing through the trees. But their light-hearted outing takes a sinister turn when they capture something truly unsettling on camera. In the distance, partially obscured by the trees, stands a tall, shadowy figure. Its eyes, glowing an eerie white, seem to pierce the darkness, watching their every move. Fear grips the group as they realize they are not alone. They try to rationalize the sighting, but the figure's unnatural stillness and those piercing eyes send shivers down their spines. Whispering amongst themselves, they slowly back away, their flashlight beams dancing across the trees, desperately trying to keep the mysterious figure in their sights. The footage ends abruptly, leaving us with more questions than answers. Chapter 6. Phantom Hand in Mirror. Mirrors, portals to another realm, reflecting back at us not just our physical selves, but perhaps glimpses of something more sinister. A young woman home alone is getting ready for bed when she notices something utterly chilling in the reflection of her bathroom mirror. As she washes her face, a pale, ghostly hand emerges from the mirror's surface, its long, slender fingers reaching out towards her. She screams, stumbling back in terror, but when she looks again, the hand is gone. Shaken to her core, she checks the footage from her hidden bathroom camera. There, clear as day, is the ghostly hand, its ethereal fingers seemingly trying to grasp at something beyond the mirror's surface. Was this a restless spirit, trapped between worlds and reaching out for help? Or was it a terrifying glimpse into a realm beyond our understanding? The footage remains a chilling reminder that even in the most mundane of places, the supernatural can intrude, leaving us questioning the very nature of reality itself. A young couple, driving home late one night, spot a light flickering in the distance. Curiosity gets the better of them, and they decide to investigate. As they approach the old abandoned house, they notice something truly unsettling in the upstairs window. A face pale and gaunt stares back at them, its eyes burning with an eerie intensity. The couple's blood runs cold as they realize that the face is not that of a living person. It appears to be floating, detached from any body, its expression a mixture of sadness and malice. Frozen in fear, they watch as the ghostly face slowly fades from view, leaving behind only the empty window and a sense of profound unease. They quickly drive away, their hearts pounding in their chests. The footage from their dashcam serves as a chilling reminder that some places are best left undisturbed, and that some secrets are better left buried. Silence. It's the absence of sound, yet it can be deafening, especially when broken by the unexpected. A security guard making his rounds through a darkened office building experiences this firsthand as he walks down an empty hallway. Each step echoes through the stillness, amplifying the silence until he hears it, the distinct sound of footsteps, heavy and deliberate, coming from the other end of the hallway. He stops, holding his breath, listening intently. The footsteps grow louder, closer, as if someone or something is approaching. He strains his eyes, trying to pierce the darkness, but there's nothing there. And then, just as suddenly as they began, the footsteps stop. The security guard is left standing alone in the darkness, the silence now deafening, his heart pounding in his chest. Basements, dark, damp, and often filled with forgotten relics of the past. They are places where our deepest fears reside, where shadows dance and imagination runs wild. A homeowner, venturing into his basement to retrieve some old belongings, encounters something he can't explain. As he rummages through boxes, he catches a glimpse of movement out of the corner of his eye. He turns quickly, his heart racing, and there, standing in the shadows, is a tall, dark figure. It's humanoid in form, but its edges are blurred, indistinct, as if it's made of smoke and shadows. He freezes, his breath catching in his throat, unable to believe his eyes. The figure doesn't move, but its presence is overwhelming, radiating a sense of malice that sends chills down his spine. He stumbles back, dropping his belongings, and flees up the basement stairs, the image of the shadow person seared into his mind. Graveyards. Places of peace, remembrance, and perhaps for some, a lingering presence of those who have passed on. A group of friends exploring an old, overgrown graveyard late at night capture something truly eerie on camera. As they walk among the weathered tombstones, their flashlight beams dancing across the names of the departed, a strange light catches their attention. It's a small, orb-shaped light, floating effortlessly above one of the graves. They watch in awe and trepidation as the orb drifts slowly through the air, its glow illuminating the surrounding headstones. It seems to pulse with an inner light, as if containing a life force of its own. Some believe that these orbs, often seen in photographs and videos taken in graveyards and other spiritually charged locations, are the manifestation of spirits, their energy lingering in our world. Hotels, temporary homes for travelers from all walks of life, each room holding its own stories, some more unsettling than others. A young woman, checking into a hotel for a business trip, soon realizes that her room is not as empty as it seems. As she unpacks her suitcase, she notices strange occurrences. The television turning on and off by itself, the bathroom door creaking open and shut, the unsettling feeling that she's being watched. She tries to ignore it, attributing it to fatigue or an overactive imagination. But then, things escalate. She wakes in the middle of the night to the sound of whispering voices, though she's alone in the room. The temperature plummets, sending a chill down her spine. Terrified, she gathers her belongings and demands to be moved to another room. The hotel's staff, though reluctant at first, eventually relents, their faces betraying a knowing look. Driving down a deserted road late at night can be an eerie experience. The darkness seems to press in, the silence broken only by the hum of the engine and the occasional cry of a nightbird. For one driver, this experience takes a terrifying turn when they encounter something they can't explain. As their headlights cut through the darkness, they spot a figure standing in the middle of the road. It's tall and slender, its form shrouded in shadow. The driver slams on the brakes, their heart pounding in their chest. But as the car screeches to a halt, the figure vanishes. There's nowhere it could have gone. No time for it to have moved out of the way. Shaken and confused, the driver cautiously gets out of their car to investigate. The road is deserted. There's no sign of the figure, no footprints, no indication that it was ever there. EVPs, or electronic voice phenomena, are recordings of sounds found on electronic recordings that are interpreted as voices of the dead. Paranormal investigators use a variety of techniques to capture these eerie voices, often asking questions in the darkness, hoping for a response from the other side. In one chilling EVP recording, captured in an old abandoned asylum, a group of investigators believe they have made contact with a former patient. As they sit in the darkness, their recorder running, they ask, "Is anyone here with us?" Silence. And then, a faint whisper, barely audible above the static, responds, "Get out!" The investigators are stunned. The voice is undeniably human, filled with a sense of urgency and fear. They try to rationalize it, to explain it away as interference or a trick of the mind, but deep down, they know they have captured something truly unsettling. Churches, places of worship, solace, and for some, a lingering sense of the divine. But what happens when these sacred spaces become haunted by the spirits of the past? In this eerie video, captured inside an old abandoned church, a shadowy figure makes its presence known. As the camera pans across the pews, dust motes dancing in the faint light streaming through the stained glass windows, a dark shape emerges from the shadows near the altar. It appears to be humanoid in form, draped in what looks like a long, flowing robe. The figure moves slowly, deliberately, as if performing a ritual lost to time. It pauses for a moment, its head tilted slightly, as if listening to something beyond our perception. And then, as quickly as it appeared, it vanishes into the shadows, leaving behind only a sense of unease and the lingering feeling that we have witnessed something sacred, yet profoundly unsettling. Imagine this. You're home alone, going about your usual routine, when suddenly an object flies across the room, seemingly of its own accord. There's no logical explanation, no one else around, just the unsettling feeling that you're not alone. This is the terrifying reality captured in this video, where a poltergeist makes its presence known in the most unsettling way. A vase, perched precariously on a shelf, suddenly lifts into the air and is hurled across the room with violent force. The camera, set up to monitor the home, captures the event in its entirety, leaving no doubt that something truly unexplainable has occurred. The vase shatters against the wall, sending shards of porcelain flying. Is this the work of an angry spirit, lashing out from beyond the grave, or is it something even more sinister? The footage remains a chilling reminder that even in the supposed safety of our own homes, we are not immune to the forces of the unknown. Thanks for watching Scary Comp V7. If you enjoyed these chilling videos, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon for more spine-tingling content. From shadowy figures lurking in the darkness to unexplained phenomena that defy all logic, we've explored the dark corners of the internet to bring you the most bone-chilling footage ever recorded. Remember, the next time you're home alone or find yourself venturing into the unknown, keep your eyes peeled and your cameras rolling. You never know what you might capture. Stay safe and stay spooky.